Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to 22 News at 4. I'm Oretta Odaya. We'll get to your top 4 at 4 in just a moment, but first, a look now at your commuter, traffic, and weather. We have 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Alexa Bianco. How's it going?
Good. You know what? It's warm out there. It's a little cloudy, but you know what? We'll take the warm weather over the cold temperatures for sure. But look at the traffic right now. Moving along pretty swiftly here. I'm seeing a lot of green. They're seeing a little bit of bumper-to-bumper traffic near Longmeadow here, but for the most part, looking pretty good here. And also those conditions as well as temperatures looking pretty good right now too. We're in the upper 60s to low 70s, 72 in Northampton, 70 in Westfield, 69 in Springfield, 74 in Greenfield, and even in the low 70s in Great Barrington, 67 in Pittsfield. I'd say it's a win for the day, but those wind speeds also, well, wind gusts I should say, pretty breezy out there. We're seeing up to 30 in some spots, Pittsfield, 29 in Westfield, 7, not too bad in Northampton, but 25 in Orange coming from the southwest, bring more of that warm, moist air towards us. Clouds and radar, we're seeing some of those clouds pass through here. We're mainly dry for right now. We are seeing some spotty showers coming through and more rain on the way. I'll show you that with the Skycast in just a few minutes.
The suspect involved in a deadly shooting in Belchertown pleaded not guilty to multiple charges in district court this morning. According to court documents, police responded to a home on Daniel Shays Highway Friday evening after a man identified as Mark Opper called 911 saying his gun went off and that he killed his wife. They also say when officers entered the home, they found Opper with red and brown stains believed to be blood on his hands and jeans. The prosecution ordered that he be held without the right to bail. His next court date is set for April 27th. 2 men have been hospitalized after being shot early Sunday morning. Springfield Police spokesperson Ryan Walsh says the 2 victims were found on Chestnut Street at around 2:20 a.m. Both victims were taken to the hospital. One is expected to be okay. The other has serious injuries. 22 News will continue to provide updates on this story as soon as they become available. TSA officers could receive their first paychecks as early as today after President Trump signed an executive order last week. The move comes as the partial government shutdown reaches nearly 45 days, marking the largest funding freeze in U.S. history. House Republicans rejected a funding bill Friday to fund the Department of Homeland Security because it did not include money for ICE. Later that day, the House voted to approve a short-term bill to fund the agency for 8 weeks through May 22nd. Now, that bill moves to the Senate for a vote. However, both the House and Senate have started a 2-week recess with no plans to return earlier. The Connecticut Sun is saying goodbye after a deal was reached to sell the team to the owner of the Houston Rockets for a reported $300 million. The team will soon be moving to Texas in 2027, pending approval from the WNBA. The Sun will have a farewell tour this year, hosting special events and community celebrations. The organization says, quote, "We spent years loving, celebrating, and growing with this team here in Connecticut, and we know you feel the weight of this moment just as deeply as we do. This news is emotional and marks the end of an era, a change none of us take lightly." Now let's get another check of today's weather. Alexa, what can we expect out there?
A little bit of some spotty showers out there. So 6 o'clock evening commute, we're going to start to see some of those spotty showers make its way through here in the area. And nothing too crazy. It could be heavy in some spots, a little bit of isolated downpours, but for the most part, we have a bit of a lull period by the time we get to 10 o'clock tonight. And then the next round of heavier rain is going to come in around midnight. And then we really start to see more of that heavy rain make its way through by 4 or 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, just in time for that morning commute. And it's going to slow things down a bit because this heavy rain isn't really stopping as we get towards the rest of the morning, even towards the afternoon. We'll still see some of those showers coming through. Even some rumbles of thunder is possible. By the time we get towards 11 a.m., bit of a lull period, and then we start to see some more showers make its way through later on in the afternoon, but we could see some breaks of sunshine through the mid part of the afternoon. We'll show the rest of the forecast coming up at 22 News at 5.
All right, Alexa, Project Hail Mary has topped the box office for 2 consecutive weeks, grossing more than $54 million. Estimates say the sci-fi adventure starring Ryan Gosling dipped about 32% after becoming the best non-franchise opening weekend since 2023's Oppenheimer. Hoppers was in second place with just over $12 million in its 4th weekend. Some say Project Hail Mary could have been ousted by the K-pop documentary BTS The Return if the movie wasn't streaming.
9 light years away. The astronauts
NASA is once again shooting for the moon, the first time since the 1970s. Artemis 2 and Orion spacecraft are set to launch from Kennedy Space Center as soon as Wednesday. NASA has the first 6 days of April to launch the space rocket system before standing down for nearly a month. The Orion capsule will carry 4 astronauts on NASA's first moonshot since Apollo 17 in 1972. The 10-day flight is expected to end with a Pacific splashdown. Now for a look at what we're working on for 22 News starting at 5. One education department is raising concerns about the financial stability of Hampshire College. Tonight, the potential loss the school could face and how it's set to impact the Amherst community. And later, gas prices continue to increase as the war in Iran continues. We'll have a breakdown of the latest numbers. Plus, a new COVID variant is making its way through the state. We spoke with health officials about how you can protect yourself.
Last look at traffic here. Still a lot of green on the board. A little bit of traffic around near Forest Park and also a little bit near Long Meadow as well. But for the most part, seeing a lot of green out there. And you can also see the rest of the traffic on the Mass 511 page and their Twitter website.
Well, there you have it. Thanks for joining us this afternoon for 22 News at 4. Join us on TV tonight starting at 5. Stay up to date on air, online, and on the 22 News mobile app.